Welcome back to TechKidFX for another Luna price update, and very positive things have been happening on the Luna chart, and the current price for Luna stands at the $74 mark, which is very positive. You have had a very huge pump to the upper side from around the $42 mark, $47 mark to around the $74 mark. That's very positive for Luna. And before I give my key predictions that I expect to see on this chart, I'll give a quick brief of what has been happening on this chart. So we started seeing higher prices in this idiot wave pattern, having a wave 5 taking us to an all-time high. Then thereafter we saw this ABC correction, which took us to the low that we made at around the $43 mark. Then we had support on this support zone that we have on the $47 mark. Had a bit of a consolidation. Then we had a breakout to the upper side of this resistance that we had on the $64 mark. And this is the daily chart that you can see on the screen at the moment. And some of the key expectations that I expect to see are that Luna can continue having higher prices and go to this key resistance that you have on the $74 mark, and if we manage to break above it, we can have a retest of that zone. And once we have a retest, we can unlock even higher prices for Luna. So that's my very first key possible scenario that can play out. The other thing that I expect us to do is that we can continue having higher prices but get rejected on this zone, and once we get rejected, I expect us to have a pullback to around the $64 mark where we have our key support. So that's the other possible scenario that can play out. If we don't have the enough momentum to continue pushing the market higher, it's possible for us to have a pullback and touch the $64 mark where we have a key support. I also expect us to have a retest of this zone that you have on the $64 mark. You can know that we have broken above this resistance, but we didn't have a retest of this resistance. So it's possible for us to have a retest of the zone for us to continue seeing higher prices. So it's possible to have a pullback to the $64 mark. Then once we retest that, it's possible for us to even break above this resistance that you have on the $76 mark and maybe go to the $86 mark. So that's the other key possible scenario that can play out. Also, having a look on the indicators, the RSI on the daily chart is almost in the overbought region, so it's possible for us to have a little bit of a pullback to the lower side to give us room to continue pushing the market higher, or we can just go above the overbought region, then we can then have a pullback to the lower side. So those are the key expectations that I expect to see on the Luna chart. Let's be patient and see how the market plays out, and whatever I've said is not financial advice, so don't buy, hold or sell any crypto without doing your own research and analysis.